Domi, hi. Domi and I are super excited to be here together. We thought that we would jump on and talk about Mythos, which is this beautiful project thing that we're working on to really bring our two modalities and teachings together. And Domi, do you want to start off and explain a little bit about Mythos and tell us where the work comes from?
Yes, Mythos is designed to be a joint venture between your teaching and my teachings for artists, for actors specifically, but also storytellers, even directors, but specifically for acting. And my background is over 30 years of teaching a very specific type of work, which is comparable a little bit to Jung and Joseph Campbell in that it is about tapping into the unconscious, but in a very specific way. It's about using the conscious mind, bypassing the conscious mind that controls and separates us from the unconscious, and diving into the unconscious, the inner theater within the body to discover the mythology of an individual, and simultaneously teaching a human being to shift the governance and the control of their mind, their limited self, their personality, more to the soul itself. So in saying that, I've done that for 30 years with people from all walk of life, and obviously with artists and actors. And acting was my first love. But I would say that I'm not an acting teacher in the traditional sense. My authority comes from, that I work on the level where acting stops being a technique, actually, and becomes a state. And I work with the human being, restoring the soul authority over the body so that truth can move through without interference. So that would be one of the best way to describe, because every human being is fragmented. We all fragmented in one way or another. We have an ego, we have shadows, we have wounds that naturally wants to take control of the body in our own life. And in order to protect us, it wants to do that. It has good intent. It wants to manage and survive. And yet it is in the body that the soul lives. So this work is about returning governance of the body to the soul. When that happens, truth is no longer an option in a way. Truth no longer needs to be accessed, produced, controlled, thought about. It moves naturally from the ground up because the soul is the authentic self. And it is also inclusive of all the other parts that makes us human being. And when someone is grounded in the body and anchored in the soul, there is an inevitable capacity to experience and access truth. So for actors, this work, I believe, and I've seen it, changes fundamentally something profound. It removes what blocks truth from moving through the body by restoring the soul's governance. As a result, feeling, purpose, impulse, presence moves through without effort because the body becomes completely trustworthy, which is so essential for an actor. Imagine, right? Yeah. Completely trusting the body so that the body becomes the source of truth itself.
Yeah.
Before any technique might be used. And one of the fundamental things I have taught for 30 years and specifically seen an incredible value for artists is by fundamentally when I work with actors or artists is to work and address sexual energy, not sexual energy as sex, but sexual energy as a creative force. And all human being within their body has some form of separation or fragmentation of the flow of that energy through the instrument. Mm. And this work gives you command and reconnect those energy that translate inevitably into presence, charisma, grounded authority, and the capacity to hold attention without effort, which is so important for acting. So, through this work, I think to say that the human being in the actor is addressed first is actually true.
Yeah.
So the acting emerges from an integrated, embodied place rather from control, psychology, technique, performance. All of that can be added. But I think this will change. It's a paradigm shift for an actor.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a complete paradigm shift of reclaiming a points of access in the body that transforms everything. To me, at the highest level, at the deepest level, acting is not just, to display something. It's mythology, it's shamanistic, because it can be medicine. Storytelling is medicine for people. It's it's so shamanistic. So what happened with this work, and I've seen it, is that the actor, the dancer, the writer, there's a collective reckoning. Mm-hmm. The actor doesn't perform transformation of the journey and the arc of as a character. He becomes it. It's happening alchemically from a completely different place. That would be what I think I can say about what I want to bring to Mythos.
Yeah. Wow. That's beautiful.
And I feel honored to join with you because you complement so much what I do, and I want you to share, but also because you really understand that fire sexual energy, which is essential for a performer.
Yeah.
Can you
tell
us?
So what I bring is my 20 years plus of really diving into the study of life, force, energy, and soul, but really understanding the life force energy of our bodies, of the soul, of nature, of the universe, the energy that everything is made up of, and really working with the unseen realms, but starting from the body, from the wisdom of the body. And so I have developed a modality that's called the psychosensual body. And it's really that, like the sensual excavation and exploration of the psyche and the soul. And it's very simple, it just comes from the wisdom of the body, from a somatic sensorial exploration of sensation, and allowing that to amplify that through the body, constantly attuning to the sensations in the body and the sensations the body is receiving from the environment. And eventually, if you do that enough and you keep attuning to this psychosensual field, your abilities to feel, to tune your body like an instrument, they grow and they amplify, and then you start to really be able to see into your own psyche and soul with much more awareness and a felt sense of it. And then you can start to read your environment. And where this is really helpful for acting, of course, is when you start to work with imagination. So being able to imagine something, let it pass through the body, land in the soul, and then come back out and be expressed in a way that you're feeling it so much that everyone else is feeling it. And then, of course, that resonance becomes extremely powerful. And your awareness of space, body, voice, of how you relate and are in resonance to everything around you is invaluable as an actor and as an artist. And then the vessel of your body can hold so much more. So whether you're expressing emotion or feeling, or you're just, having to really be present, and have that magnetism and charisma that we talk about, that's really so essential for an actor, so essential for an artist, that your vessel can hold that much more and it doesn't freak out or shut down in the face of sensation.
Or collapse afterwards because it was.
Collapse afterwards. Exactly. Yeah. So it's a beautiful exploration and really what I think is almost like an impeccable relationship that you begin to have with yourself and with your environment and with the unseen realms, with that other world. So it really opens up so much magic and deep wisdom and knowing for an artist.
Amazing.
Yeah. And so we're really excited to bring this work to everyone and to do a little retreat or immersion in the fall where we're going to invite our first cohort of actors and artists to work with us. And there's so much more that we can say about this work, but we will say it in extended versions
Yes.
where we will
Okay.
record more. Yes. Is there anything else that you want to add, Domi?
No, just like
Yeah,
I feel
wonderful.
my first love was acting,
Yeah.
full circle.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too. So it's really special, you know.
Yeah, and I think for me, yeah, there's something celebratory in creating Mythos. It's like I never thought that my 30 years of teaching and all the discovery I made in this teaching of working with hundreds of people, diving into the unconscious, storytelling, the mythology of being human, right? Within the what's specific to each person. I never thought that the full circle that work would take me to writing a movie script
Yeah.
that I'm really grateful has been picked up by a very well-known producer and
Hmm.
on the search of a director. So this feels like it's the next step. That
Yeah.
all this work I've done
Mm.
that seemed originally so separate from my first love of acting and writing and is full circle again to bring all the wisdom, not just my wisdom, the wisdom of, all my students, the courage
Yes.
of people who had to dive in themselves and reveal this work,
Yes.
bring it to actors. It feels
Yes. It's
meant to
it's so
be.
incredible because you've been doing this for 35 years. And
Yeah.
I've been studying for 20 years and teaching for maybe over 10 now. And also, acting was my first love. All I wanted to be was an actress. I was always on stage singing, and
Yes.
dancing and doing my thing. And then I just, I worked in cinema for many years as well as a film developer, producer, um, directed documentaries as well. So always so interested in this human experience and storytelling. And then I went onto the spiritual path and studied shamanism with some wonderful, wonderful teachers.
Yeah.
And it's incredible to come full circle and to be able to offer this work to the artist community. Yeah. So, and I'm very deeply honored to be working with you. I have to say that there is no one else on this planet who knows how to do what you do and who really knows the soul and what you call the principles of the soul. And it's a deep honor to be learning this from you as well as sharing our work.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so
Thank you.
exciting. I love partnership with people that I love, respect. I love that process. So doing it alone would not be as exciting, honestly.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So
Okay.
until we
Well,
meet again.
until we meet again. Okay. Bye.